everybody.
Hey.
Go ahead, interrupt.
No.
Yeah.
Interrupting chicken.
Interrupting chicken says what?
Go ahead.
She doesn't interrupt. Do you interrupt? No, she doesn't interrupt. She doesn't really talk very much.
She's just scared.
She's scared. It's okay, little girl. It's okay.
Right.
Well, I hope you know who we are because we're back.
Yep.
And tonight, I have brought up this movie called The Room. Now, The Room... Actually, I think The Room is a new movie that's out. Or Room
yeah,
or
so
something
I
like
was
that.
about to say, it's not the same Room with
Brie Larson.
Right. Because people talk about that, and I think they like that movie.
It was
is
big
really
at Sundance
good.
and all those.
Yeah.
What I had originally heard here recently, that people were talking about The Room and thinking that, oh, it was great. I was like, have you seen that piece of trash? And then people were like, what?
Oh!
So no, not the cheese actress, but this one is called The Room, and it is... it's just absolutely awful. So I wanted to show them. I have a disc of it says trailers, selected scenes, and the store. Who knows what's at the store, right? But Julie just went ahead and did something very exciting without even seeing the selected scenes on the video.
Well, you said you wanted to see it before we could look for it, so I found it on Amazon. It was really, really right underneath, of course, the Academy Award-winning movie. There it was.
Somebody's going to be really disappointed whenever they're like, man, this one's so much cheaper than the other one. I don't know why.
I bet people accidentally probably buy it.
I found a good deal. Thanks, Amazon.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure they won't mistake it because the guy on the cover's kind of creepy. Anyway, and I went ahead and ordered it. So
now we can do a review of the real thing, too.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm going to show them the trailer and the selected scenes, and then someday in the future we'll watch the real Room.
yes, I should get it within. It said I should get it by next week, I think. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Julie's awesome.
Wow.
Did you see what Contrary Chicken just said?
Did you see what she did? Did Julie see you?
Yeah. I got a feeling it's going to be one of those frenemy things.
She's going to end up in an oven at 400 degrees. And I'm not talking about you, sweetheart.
We may have a chicken Thanksgiving.
Ooh, I would actually eat.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know those whole chickens you see at Walmart? Yeah.
Your family.
Stop. She wants out of here. It's okay, little girl. You'll be fine.
All right. We're going to see the trailers, I guess?
Yeah, the trailer. It does say trailers. It does say that there's more than one.
Yeah.
So they could pitch it to different markets. And
yeah.
Was it going to be like the teaser trailer, the international trailer, the trailer number 2, and then trailer number 3?
Well, I guess, or after they kept recasting, they probably had to shoot some different
extended
stuff.
trailer.
The trailer the director lives in now.
Final trailer.
Yeah, because he acted in his movie. And he's very adamant that he thinks that this is really good. Is it really good? Yeah, okay.
I have no idea. All right.
All right.
We'll see
All right.
this little clip trailer thing.
Can't wait.
Let you know what we think. Reaction to The Room
Scenes and trailers.
bonus disc? I guess that's what that is. Is that right? I guess
Yeah,
it's a
I think,
bonus
yeah.
disc. Or a teaser disc, or I guess something like that. All I gotta say is I hope Tommy Wiseau enjoys my $15. So I want to see the film now.
I want to see it too.
Yeah, it looks
Horrible.
Special.
It looks terrible. And I've seen it once. It was terrible.
Oh, you have seen it all the way through?
One time. Yeah.
Where did you see it on TV?
A friend from Arkansas brought it up on DVD a few years ago.
Oh.
He introduced it to me. Thank you, Patrick.
Okay. Interesting. I will say this though, like no offense to Tommy Wiseau, but
Total offense. Go
he
ahead.
looks really creepy.
His face is... He looks sickly. I mean, even at least with makeup, they should have added a little more color to his face. His face was almost green, like a corpse pulled up out of the ground. Green. I'm sorry, no offense.
Watching the trailer, I guess I could see what he was going for with the film. I'd have to see
I mean,
the
what
whole
was that?
I'm not sure he even knew what he was
Like
going
an independent, like the Oscar-worthy, with just
Family
emotions
drama,
flaring
And
everywhere.
it seemed like every scene either took place in that living room, on a patio, in a parking lot outside, and then on a rooftop. I don't think there were any other settings in the film.
And here's Hugo.
Hi, Hugo. We're besties.
It wasn't even a rooftop because
It was CG
It was
background.
Fake background.
fake background, but interesting. Yes.
Oh! Here! I had something pulled up for us.
Oh, okay. Yes, he was going to read something.
I think Hugo, you
For
are making me
us.
sneeze today.
The Room originated as a play completed by Wiseau in 2001. Wiseau supposedly then adapted the play into a 500-page book,
Was it
which was
published?
unable to get published.
Oh.
Frustrated, he decided to adapt the work into a film, which he would then produce himself in order to maintain total control over the project.
What money?
Wiseau had been secretive about exactly how he obtained funding for the project, but did tell Entertainment Weekly that he made some of the money by importing leather jackets from Korea.
That sounds slightly illegal.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like there's probably a bigger story to the making of the movie than the movie itself.
$6 million budget spent on production and or marketing.
What?
What?
That does not look like a $6 million movie to me.
Wiseau claims that the reason the movie was relatively expensive was because many members of the cast and crew had to be replaced, and each of the cast members had several understudies.
What?
You don't have understudies in film.
Wiseau is said to have made numerous poor decisions during filming that unnecessarily inflated the film's budget,
Kind of like starting
such
a
as
project.
building sets for sequences that could have been filmed on locations, purchasing unnecessary equipment, filming identical scenes multiple times using different sets. Film's budget skyrocketed as a result of minutes-long dialogue sequences taking hours or days to shoot due to Wiseau's inability properly to remember his lines or move to the appropriate place on camera.
He was
It's gonna be
sabotaging
one
his own
big-
project, basically.
Wiseau, confused about the differences between 35mm and high-definition video, decided to shoot the entire film in both formats simultaneously, using a custom-built apparatus that housed both cameras side by side and required 2 crews to operate. Wiseau says that he wanted to be able to say that he was the first director to film an entire movie simultaneously in 2 formats, using ultimately only the 35mm footage in the final edit.
Which is why the clips and the trailers on the DVD that you have are in 2 different formats, in 35mm and in letterbox. Or letterbox and full screen, I
He
guess.
casted the film, he says, from thousands of headshots, yet nearly the entire cast of The Room had never before been in a full-length feature.
Couldn't tell that by watching the trailer.
On the first day of filming, Wiseau fired the actor originally hired to play Mark, and somebody agreed to fill in.
Probably one of the
He
grips.
would later admit to being uncomfortable filming his sex scenes. Because of this, he was allowed to keep his jeans on while shooting them.
Who? The actor or Rousseau?
Because if Wiseau was the director, why would he have to get permission to keep his pants on?
Greg Ellery claimed that Juliette Danielle was just off the bus from Texas when shooting began, and that on the first day of shooting, the cast watched in horror as Wiseau jumped on Danielle and immediately began filming their love scene. Sestero has disputed this chronology, stating that the sex scenes were among the last to be filmed, Wiseau has claimed that Danielle was originally one of 3 or 4 understudies for the Lisa character
I don't
and
get
was
understudies.
selected after the original actors left.
Who is this guy?
There's lots of info. It talks about the script, talks about the cast. You could all visit Wikipedia and enjoy yourselves because there's a lot of backstory on
I'm gonna
this
have to
one.
look into this.
Who is this guy? I mean, seriously, has he been in other stuff, or is he just known for this one project?
He's probably notorious for this now
I mean,
because it's like the biggest cluster ever.
not only that, it's like, where does he get all the money to do this?
Importing leather jackets. from
Directed,
Korea.
produced, let's see here.
North or south?
Directed by, produced by, written by, starring by, production company by, distributed by Tommy Wiseau.
Who is this guy?
Known for The Room.
Oh.
One of the worst movies ever made, gained cult film status.
Ah.
So I wonder if it would be between The Room and Troll 2. We need to do a Troll
I'm
2
excited
video.
to. Yeah.
We should. We definitely should. That's
Nobody really knows where he's from. He's claimed to live in France. He grew up in New Orleans.
he could be from a mental institution.
I mean, he's got a really thick accent.
He does.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. Danny, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, he sounds kind of French.
I don't know.
Oh, yes, this makes perfect sense. His filmography as follows. The Room in 2003.
Okay.
And then looks like he did something in 2004 called Homeless in America. That's what happens after you direct an all-star movie.
You leave your room and you're homeless.
Apparently, his importing business plummeted.
Yeah, those jackets, man.
Hope he saved a couple to
Bundle up with.
bundle up at night. And some of the sets that he built, maybe.
Someone should do like what they did with Troll 2. They should do like a making of.
Yeah.
'Cause then that would be really
Someone who was
interesting
in the
to
movie,
see.
because that's what happened in Troll 2. The kid who played the little boy grew up and made a movie about the making of the film. So maybe someone in The Room, if you're a filmmaker, you should make your own project about the making of.
This would be great. I doubt
Yeah.
they could get the cast back together because of how horrible he seems to have been.
Well, he probably wouldn't be there, but the rest of the people would be.
That's true.
Does it say where he is now?
No
I
one
don't,
knows.
I don't think anybody cared.
I want to know.
Wait, didn't
Make
it
sure
say
he's
he
not
was
in the back
interviewed
seat.
by a Robot Chicken or something on Adult Swim?
He was on Adult Swim. They did a mockumentary of him.
Oh.
Let's see where he might be now. Well, he hasn't passed
That we know of.
that we know of, unless he just did last night or today. And The Room is his best known production. It says he's making a movie now called Into the Samurai 2016.
Oh wow, he's busy making that movie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's the sixth one down. So he's not top billing in that one. Why would someone cast him? I guess he has a name, I guess.
Oh, so he's this isn't his project. He's a part of
Right, yeah.
somebody else's project. Somebody actually wanted this guy to be in.
I mean, with his face, he could be a villain.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Just maybe a silent
With the
villain.
soundtrack, I actually thought that's where it was going. I seriously did. I was like, oh, this is
The
gonna be
score
creepy.
was really confusing.
And then-
yeah.
Nothing happened, and he was just like, I don't drink.
I don't care. I don't drink.
If you love me, you'll drink it.
It's like, why?
She walked, so he's like, let's order a pizza. She walked into the kitchen to grab him a drink, came back out, the pizza was on the coffee table.
That was fast delivery.
Fastest
That's like,
delivery ever, except for maybe his
It's not
lines.
delivery, it's DiGiorno.
yeah,
Ah, sure, so good.
Jimmy John's. Like the Jimmy John radio commercials.
Freaky fast.
All right.
You will get a full review when we get the movie from...
Next week.
Yes. Sometime next week. Hopefully.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
If I'm
I
not
can't
blind.
wait.
Unfortunately, I have to watch it again. This is my fault, though, because I did bring it
Yeah,
up.
you brought it up.
Yes. It's an hour and 39 minutes, according to Amazon.
That will never
Feature
get
link.
back.
So it's like basically an hour and 40 minutes. or maybe a minute less, depending on how fast the credits roll.
I guess for $6 million, I mean, he did produce a full-length movie. And
$6 million.
Yeah, you could have produced that thing for 20,000.
That was
yeah. We could do that on a shoestring budget.
Paranormal Activity was only $15,000.
Because I think obviously so much of it took place in that room, that living room area. That was probably the set he built. You could have found a living room like that to shoot
Now,
in.
I know because I've seen the original or the disc with the whole thing on it. There are extras on that disc, and they do talk a little bit and show video of the sets and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of the behind the scenes where the actors are not happy. You can see the stand-ins or whoever, which you're right. You're not supposed to have that on a film set.
I mean,
Not
stand-ins
even
are
with
one thing.
theater, really. I mean,
Theater, you have understudies,
You
but
have
normally
understudies,
the
but-
understudies are normally in the show as other characters, so that if something happens, they can jump in
they're
and no one
there.
else notice.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense then.
There's understudies, swings, standbys.
So you haven't seen the whole movie yet, but from 1 to 10, we're talking. Okay, from 0 to 1, how about
2.
0? Really? I was gonna say like. I was gonna say 0.000000001.
Okay, see, I thought I was being harsh.
From what I've seen, 0.
Mm.
Just 0.
Okay, I kind of want to bring mine down a little bit. I want to be.
I do
just
too. Gosh, I didn't think
But
anyone could go lower
Here's
than mine.
the reason I said 2 is obviously they spent the $6 million somewhere, but it seems like at least the cinematography in it, not talking about the shots, but like the color washing and everything like that, seemed to be semi-professional for that era. So a lot of those other movies that we've seen, like Killjoy and Harlem Shake, those just look like they were shot on home movie cameras. So this one had some better production quality to it.
And there is talk about that in the money that he spent. He did buy very nice equipment.
Although I don't understand the whole shooting in 2 formats at one time. I don't, number one, understand why you would want to go through all that expense. But number 2, I don't think you couldn't possibly get the same view with the 2 of them running side by side, because your eye is going to automatically fall, your eye line is going to favor one camera over the other. So the 2 are going to have different angles.
That's a good point.
Even if they're side by side, a millimeter on film is going to be a big difference.
Yeah, and that's so true. And then what you release, you release it on 35, you release it on the other. I mean, you have 2 different movies from the different angles.
Mm-hmm.
You must have really messed up the sound too, because it was
A lot of dubbing.
all dubbing, yeah.
A lot of dubbing.
A lot of it.
It was made in English to begin with.
No, I
But
think
they
part
just
of the dubbing probably
poorly
has...
dubbed it.
He probably mumbles a lot when he talks. So they probably, once they got the footage back and were watching dailies and stuff, they realized early on that, man, everything he says is not... You can't decipher what he's saying, so they had to go back in and do...
And he probably did it the way that he thought the scene should go, when his energy wasn't even there.
Right.
Because
He was very
sitting down.
lackluster.
Maybe he really was drinking. I don't know.
But I don't drink.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't drink. Or own a hairbrush.
So very low reviews. I have a feeling when they see the movie next week, they won't get any higher than that.
It's going to be an interesting watch, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curious to see how everybody else does. Curious about that sex scene on the stairs. Is that what that was?
And it's
Listen,
it's
it
not
looks
like
like
a
a
nice
jail cell,
long
man.
staircase. It's a
No.
spiral one. So that's
Yeah.
challenging.
Pretty awkward, yeah. Like the
But
DuckTales.
I guess
video.
for cinematography, you could get some cool angles because they were open treadles, so you could actually get camera angles from all different sides of the staircase.
That's true. They shot it so close up on those spindles, it looked like a jail cell.
Yeah.
Pretty ironic, actually. If they're
'Cause he
married.
looks like a criminal.
No, I was saying if they're married and like a jail cell. Anyway, I'm trying to be metaphoric. Not working.
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah. Okay. You will see the full review. This is a prequel review of what we've seen so far. And so far, it sucks. Yes. Which is what we like.
Yeah.
What we like.
Alright. So, we will see you at the future review.